I am 30 years old. My name is Sarah. I have a son named Jake. He is 10 years old. I am married for the second time. My husband's name is John. He is 38 years old. We have a baby together. Our baby is 1 year old. We live in a small town. I met John 6 years ago. I was 24 years old. He was 32 years old. We met by phone. I liked him immediately. We talked on the phone for many weeks before we met in person. When we finally met, we were both happy. We started to date right away. John had never been married before. He didn't have children either. I had been married before, but my first marriage didn't work out. I had a son from my first marriage, but I felt good with John. He made me happy. John told me about his past. He told me he had a girlfriend before me. He lived with her for 4 years. They never got married. John said he was the one who left her. He also told me about a girl he loved before he went to the army. They were very young, only 16 or 17 years old. John said she was his first love. He loved her very much. But when he went to the army, she didn't wait for him. She left him. He was very sad. His mother told me that John never stopped thinking about her. I was curious about this girl. I wanted to know more about her. John didn't talk much about her, but sometimes I could see in his eyes that he missed her. I wanted to ask him questions, but I didn't want to make him upset. I didn't want to talk about the past too much. I wanted to focus on our future together. One day, John invited me to his apartment. I was excited to see where he lived. I went to his apartment with my son, Jake. When I entered the apartment, I was shocked. The apartment was old and needed a lot of work. There were no repairs. The furniture was old. I asked John, "Why is your apartment like this? Don't you work?" He didn't answer me. He just said that he lived with his parents for many years and didn't have time to fix the apartment. Later, I heard from John's mother that he used to drink beer with his friends a lot. He would spend time sitting on a bench in the park, drinking beer. He also brought different girls to his apartment. They were only there for one night. John said nothing to me about this. I was surprised when I heard this. He had a card from his first girlfriend that she gave him when he went to the army. He kept it as a memory. One day, on New Year's Eve, John and I decided to go to the city center. We wanted to see the lights and enjoy the holiday. When we arrived in the city, John saw someone. I didn't understand what was happening at first. He walked away from me and Jake. He went to stand far away by himself. I looked and saw that he was watching a woman. She was with her husband. She looked very familiar. It was John's first love. He was watching her, and he seemed sad. I felt strange. Why was he standing alone? Why was he watching her? He didn't talk to me for a few minutes. I was confused. I thought he still loved her. I thought he cared more about her than about me. Maybe I was just imagining things, but it didn't feel right. I started to think about everything. Maybe John still loved his first girlfriend. Maybe that's why he was never happy with me. I tried to talk to him about it. I asked him, "Do you still love her? Do you think about her often?" John got angry. He said, "You are imagining things. You are not thinking straight." But I wasn't sure. He kept talking about her sometimes. Why did he care so much about her? Why did he keep asking about her life? I didn't understand. John also talked to her brother. He asked him about her life. He wanted to know what she was doing, where she worked, and who she was with. This made me upset. Why did he care so much about her? I didn't know what to think. John's mother also talked about his first love. She said, John loved her so much. He was very sad when she left him. Every time she said this, it made me feel bad. It was like I didn't matter to John. It was like I was not as important as his first love. I began to feel lonely. I wanted John to focus on our family, on our life together, but it felt like he was always looking back at the past. John started to act distant. He didn't talk to me much. He didn't smile as much as he used to. I wondered if he was thinking about her. I tried to talk to him again. I said, "John, do you still love her?" But he said, "You are imagining things again." I didn't know what to believe. I wanted to believe him, but sometimes it felt like he was hiding something. I thought about everything. I thought about my life with John. I loved him, but it felt like he didn't love me as much as he loved her. Maybe he would never stop thinking about her. Maybe he would never love me the way he loved her. I didn't know if I could live with that. I didn't know if I could live with a man who was always thinking about his past. I didn't want to feel like I was second best. I didn't want to feel like I was not enough for him. I wanted to feel loved and important. I wanted to know that I was the one he cared about the most. But I didn't feel that way anymore. After thinking for a long time, I made a decision. I decided to talk to John one more time. I asked him, "Do you want to stay with me, or do you want to go back to her?" John was surprised by my question. He said, "What do you mean? I love you." But I didn't believe him anymore. I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel important to him. I knew it was time for me to make a change. I decided to leave John. I told him that I could not live like this anymore. I told him that I needed to be with someone who loved me, someone who cared about me and our family. It was hard, but I knew it was the right choice. I couldn't live in the shadow of his first love. I couldn't be with a man who would always love someone else more than me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English stories and lessons. Hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Your support means a lot to us. See you next time.